When you ask, you shall receive. Fin fans up north, fin fans in the south, to the east, and to the west. What's better than this? More of this. Let's talk about it. So before we hop up in this, I just want to ask if you guys can subscribe, like, and hit the bell. With every sub that we get a chance to reach our milestone where we can have a merch shelf in our description, and also some polling functions we can be able to use at the beginning of the season. And if you guys look at the top channel banner there in the bottom right hand corner, there is a shop now button. You hit that shop now button, it'll take you to our merch store where you'll be able to get you some cool t-shirts and everything to rock out with at the games. And in addition to all that, you will get free shipping. And every Thursday, we're going to be dropping out new designs for you guys for the rest of the season. So, with all that, I want to say thank you. Let's get to it. So, just last week, Preston Williams got in a press conference and, pretty much told the world and the NFL, and most importantly, Mike McDaniel, that he just wanted a chance. He was like, I just feel like I'm not getting the opportunities that I deserve. And, he said he wanted to make McDaniel be the man that he said he pretty much was going to do, and be. And Mike McDaniel told him with a solid answer, you're going to get your opportunity. And sure enough, Preston Williams got his opportunity, because right now, it looks like he's getting ready to get shipped out with a package deal with Lynn, Bowdern Jr. possibly. And, there are some teams out there that need wide receivers, like Arizona, the Falcons. Like Arizona, of course they have DeAndre Hopkins, and they have last year's pick, Rondale Moore. And behind him they have actually they lost Christian Kirk. They sent him to Jacksonville. So they're going to be desperately in need for a wide receiver. And the Cardinals play like a lot of 4 wide receiver sets than any team in the NFL. So I can see them trying to swoop up Preston Williams or Lynn Bowdern Jr. Now, the Atlanta Falcons, they also need some wide receivers. Their current wide receiver right now is Auden Tate and Demary Byrd. And, that's with the hole that was vacated by Calvin Ridley, just, getting the suspension and just kind of really just quitting on the team in a sense. So they need some, the Atlanta Falcons need some wide receivers. And fun fact, Preston Williams is actually from Atlanta, or he's from Georgia, I should say. Preston Williams is from Georgia, so it'd be interesting to see what could possibly come out of that. The Chicago Bears, they're another team there that needs receivers that we could possibly trade with, and they need some new targets for Justin Fields. This is going to be Justin Fields' second year, and they also have a new coach, so they're going to be looking for improvements, for a wide receiver. And they have Darnell Mooney, and they're hoping that he could be a true #1 receiver. And Byron Pringle, at least maybe a possible 2. And they say that possible, it's I ain't gonna say it's a stretch, but they're willing to fill the hole. So I mean, if Preston Williams or Lynn Bowdern Jr. fill that role, they'd probably fall there. Green Bay, traded away Devontae Adams, and they only added Sammy Watkins, and they have some roster holdovers like Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard, and Amari Rodgers, and all of those are best projects as slot receiver. So Green Bay needs to fill the X receiver role on the roster, and Watkins is kind of like a placeholder. So they could be looking at Preston Williams for that, because I know Green Bay, really likes the tall receivers there, they could use Lynn Bowdern Jr., but I think Preston would probably fall more into a number one role. He could, if with the right team and maybe the right system. Then I think Lynn Bowdern. The Houston Texans, they are hoping that Nico Collins can develop into a starting outside receiver for them and go along with Brandon Cooks, who they picked up, but they still need help. They still need help in the receiver department, and Preston Williams could fit in that role as well, or Lynn Bowdern Jr. The Colts, the Indianapolis Colts, Michael Pittman has definitely come up in his own. He put up 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns, and the passing offense for Indianapolis at best last year, it was kind of dysfunctional. It was here and there, hit and miss, and they are looking at Pittman taking on a true number one role. So like, if Lynn Bowdern came in and filled that position, that would be great. Or unless they get T.Y. back, I don't know how that's gonna go. And the Colts have also got Matt Ryan, so they do have a caliber quarterback that could make these passes and be able to get the ball to the receivers. So that's going to be interesting to see what'll happen. And we're also looking at the Kansas City Chiefs. Over the season, they picked up Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and it's like they got those two receivers, but either one of them is a true number one receiver. And not to say that Preston Williams is, or Lynn Bowdern Jr. is. However, though, these guys could fit in that system. One of those guys could fit in the system and really excel in it. And Preston Williams has a lot of talent to begin with. So so does Lynn Bowdern Jr. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what that lineup would look like with maybe like a Preston Williams in there. The New Orleans Saints, they are another team, and they have Marquez Callaway or Traquan Smith, and they're looking at those guys more or less like slots, as opposed to being a number two, as they're hoping Michael Thomas comes back and he's healthy. And let's just think if we traded with the Saints, with Preston Williams or something like that, what we could probably get out of that. I don't know, that'd be interesting to see. Philadelphia Eagles, they're already set. And, I'm thinking like, you got, okay, Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, they have Amari Cooper, and they have like Devontae People-Jones and Anthony Schwartz. And, Lynn Bowdern Jr. is actually from Ohio. So, it'd be interesting to see, how that would work out with that. I mean, there's a place for it. And then, there's the Patriots. Oh, gosh. Please don't go there. Please, please, please. I mean, because the Patriots already got Devontae Parker. We send Preston Williams over there, or Lynn Bowdern Jr. I hate to see, one of them like be the factor that they win a game over us, because it's notorious for things like that to happen with Miami, and the Patriots pick up one of the players that we just let go or something like that. So I'm not really too concerned about that, because we're doing a good job with our secondary, and we do have Preston Williams and Lynn Bowdern's number. However, though, I just don't want to see them go to any team in the AFC East, and that's for sure. And there are a couple other teams to mention, but I think those main teams there would probably be a good fit, other than Baltimore, because Baltimore has they have Marquise Brown and Rashad Bateman, over there, and of course those guys' strengths complement each other, but I think they would still need a big, you know, I think they would need like a big body receiver. I think that's what they would probably need. Well, and you know, I don't know. I just think that maybe, you know, with these teams here, that there's a lot of opportunity for trade there. And let's not forget the Dallas Cowboys, you know, and you know, who have like CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. However, CeeDee Lamb, you know, has to stay healthy. He has to stay healthy. And Gallup, you know, he makes a really good X receiver, but you know, they have some needs at wide receiver as well. So, you know, we got like maybe about a handful of teams that we could possibly trade with, and I would definitely be looking for this trade with one of those teams to go down, you know, here in the next week or so. But if you guys have any other questions or any comments, statements, please leave them in the description below. And if you can, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. It'll help us reach our milestone where we can get a merch shelf added into our description, and also we can get a poll function that we can use to start polling at the beginning of the season. And we got some fun things we're going to do with that. And if you look at the channel banner in the top there and in the bottom right hand corner, you will see a shop now button. That shop now button will take you to our merch store, and in our merch store you'll find some new cool t-shirts that we have. And you could better get you a couple t-shirts and rock them at the game and look good and fresh, stand out, you know, as the Miami Dolphins fans. We always do. We're like unicorns when we go someplace, you know what I'm saying? We're just that much of a community there. People like when we come around. And just know that every Thursday we're going to be dropping out new t-shirts, new t-shirt designs and everything. So we're going to keep that hot and keep it going. And also you're going to get free shipping with that. So, if you guys, so I just want to say thank you. Love y'all. Deuces. Fin fans up north, fin fans in the south, to the east, and to the west. What's better than this? More of this. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to take a look at our gear. Clicking with the Fin Fan. You can check out the links below. And also know that your support with this helps our artists, and it also helps what we're doing here with Clicking with the Fin Fan. And a good thing about it all is you also get free shipping with that. So just take a look at the gear that we got. Grab something for you, your boo, significant other, your kids. We appreciate it a lot. Thank you.